Seahawks win 20-10 over the Arizona Cardinals. Was it the prettiest performance? Not by any means, but you still won by double digits. You covered the spread. You will take that. Seahawks get it done. They advance to 4-2 on the season. Welcome in to Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you to break down this one. Geno Smith was up and down for much of the day, but he made the necessary plays when it mattered, going 18-24 through the air, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. The ground game was solid today. Kenneth Walker with 26 carries for 105 yards. The story for me, though, Seahawks found out about 90 minutes prior till kick that DK Metcalf was not going to play, that he was inactive. And so with that, the rookie receivers needed to step up. Jaxon Smith-Njigba and Jake Bobo, this would be the most important game of their NFL careers. And not just one, but both of them stepped up and played very well today. JSN, 4 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown. Jake Bobo, 4 catches, 61 yards and a touchdown. Played very well. Even Tyler Lockett also had 4 catches today for 38 yards. The Seahawks receiving corps needed somebody to step up. Not only did they have somebody step up, they had multiple guys step up and fill the void left by DK Metcalf. The injury news today, Uchenna Nwosu suffered a back injury, ultimately did not return. We'll continue to see what his status is going forward, but the Seahawks pass rush was on it again today and had guys like Boye Mafe, Derek Hall, Darrell Taylor really just show up and show out. 4 total sacks today from the Seahawks defense. So despite losing Uchenna Nwosu, the other guys stepped up and did a decent job when it comes to that pass rush. Seahawks win 20-10. Now we want you guys to get your reaction on this performance. I got to say, it wasn't the game where the Seahawks just barrel raced this Arizona Cardinals team, but I personally am not ever going to complain about winning by double digits in a divisional game. We all know that divisional games are tougher than the other games, and the Seahawks still found a way to do what they needed to do and finish this one. Was it close? Sure. This was a game that the Cardinals had their moments and made it interesting at times, but the Seahawks still delivered when it mattered. So I come away with this game, I feel solid. The Seahawks are 4-2 on the season. They're 2-1 at home now, and you feel optimistic about this team. Everything is still in front of the Seahawks here. You put that loss against Cincinnati behind you now, you're in good position going forward. So I feel good about the Seahawks position. We had a great time on our watch party, and I got to tell you, the 12s, they delivered. We're close to 43,000 subscribers on the channel. Still need your help to reach that next milestone. Less than 300 away from doing so. Sub for Seahawks Dubs, for daily Seahawks news and rumors, our live shows we do on Wednesdays, mailbags, and more. This is the channel for you. Subscribe now for free to Seahawks Today. You'll be glad you did. Join us for our next watch party right here on the channel. Now, let's go through some of these statistics here. Geno Smith, 18-24 through the air, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick on a dumb interception by Geno Smith. He also had a fumble that was completely his fault, but Geno still made some necessary pass plays. And I'll say this, when it comes to Geno Smith right now, he's not playing his best football right now. He's in a bit of a slump of some sorts, okay, if we're going to be frank with you. But it's livable, okay? The Seahawks are still winning by double digits when Geno isn't necessarily playing his best. I mean, you look at the rest of the offense, and when Geno wasn't playing his best, other guys still stepped up. The run game was as good as we've seen all season. 32 carries, 115 yards on the ground. They established the run, and they didn't get away from the run, which was one of the keys I talked about in the pregame. Time of possession, they took care of business. Over 5.5 yards per play. The Seahawks did what they needed to do. What's your one-word reaction to the Seahawks win over the Cardinals? My one word is necessary. This was a necessary win. You couldn't be losing to the Arizona Cardinals. And Although it wasn't the prettiest, you did what you needed to do. You got the necessary things taken care of. That's my one-word reaction. Give me your one-word reaction to the Seahawks performance in the comment section below, and let us know what you think of what we saw from Seattle today. Chime in, get in that comment section, give me one word. Kenneth Walker had his season high in rushing, 26 carries, 105 yards in today's performance, 4 yards per carry. And look, we know that Kenneth Walker's special. Kenneth Walker's going to give his best every single time. And he didn't have Zach Charbonnet to relieve the load of sorts next to him. So, to Kenneth Walker's credit, he put up what he needed to get done, right? He showed up when there was a lot asked of him, when they didn't really have a second option. But beyond Kenneth Walker, as I kind of read more into this game, I look at the offensive line. Look, the Seahawks were short, 3 or 4 linemen entering today, and yet here's Kenneth Walker still finding a way to get that run game going. It didn't matter that it was a makeshift offensive line. He still made those necessary plays. I liked what I saw from Kenneth Walker, that run game. Now we just need to see the Seahawks stay consistent with said run game. Establish the run and continue with the run game. Don't go away from it. Today's show, sponsored by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, enter the promo code Seahawks125. You will get a 125% deposit bonus. Go to chatsports.com/bet to get your bets in today. You can bet on Seahawks football all season long, as well as NFL action, MLB playoffs, and more. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125. Who was the Seahawks MVP against the Cardinals today? That is the question that we want to ask you guys after that performance. What do you think of the MVP? Who could it be? I mean, there's a number of directions you could go. Is it one of the rookie receivers like JSN or Jake Bobo that we'll talk about here in just a moment? Is it Kenneth Walker for having over 100 yards receiving today? Or is it one of the defensive players? Chime in the comment section. I'm going to go with JSN as my pick. Let me know what your pick is in the comment section. Let's talk about JSN now. You know, I look at going into today, there was a ton of pressure on JSN that he hadn't really performed up to expectations entering 2023 to this point. And it wasn't necessarily his fault. I thought game plan and coaching-wise, the Seahawks had not done enough to get JSN involved. Now here we are. JSN played a significant role today. And what I hope to see with both JSN and Jake Bobo, it shouldn't have to come down to the Seahawks having an injury to DK Metcalf for these guys to play well. Schematically, you need to do what you can to get all of these guys involved to play at a high level each and every week. JSN did just that today. Nice performance from JSN. Jake Bobo, man, to think that this guy was a UDFA, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but that doesn't matter. Jake Bobo still finds ways to get open. His hands are terrific. The tiptoe catch they had in the back of the end zone that it was initially called incomplete, replay review said, no, that's a touchdown. Jake Bobo is special, and the Seahawks are lucky to have Jake Bobo. It's an incredible story, one of the best stories in football, the emergence of what he's done and what he's become for the Seahawks team. I've been very impressed. Seahawks defense faced a Cardinals offense that isn't very good, if we're going to be frank. Josh Dobbs is not that good of a quarterback. He was held to 146 yards passing, 122 total team yards passing. The Cardinals were effective in getting their run game going, 127 yards on the ground. Seahawks struggled to stop the run, but I think you still have to feel pretty confident for the most part that you held this Cardinals team to 10 points. The Seahawks defense has not given up more than 17 points in now, 3-4 weeks in a row. The Seahawks defense is carrying this team, and they're coming along a long way. What's your confidence level in the Seahawks after week 7? 4-2, and you've already had your bye week. You move forward from here. I feel pretty good, but there's still ways to go. The schedule's about to get a lot tougher of what's ahead of some of these opponents you're about to face, facing teams like San Francisco twice. My confidence level is solid. I'll give it a 7 personally. 7 for week 7. Give me your confidence level in this Seahawks team right now in the comments section. Let me know. Subscribe now for more Seahawks coverage each and every day on Seahawks Today. We got you covered, and we'll see you next time here on the channel.